So I decided to record a small video showing what Ampie can do before I remove all those features. So let's see. Um, so when you go to a website, say program.com, Ampie would show you this thing in the bottom right corner, the info bar as I call it, and it has when you come to the domain for the first time, it would show you all the links on the same on the domain that it knows about. So when you install the Ampie, it will download a cache of links that have appeared on Hacker News or on Twitter, and so these links are constructed from your cache. So no requests are sent to a remote server. And yeah, so you can see there's a bunch of links, a lot of links on program.com. If I came to program.com for the first time, I would see this. Then I can click here and see all the tweets about this particular link, what you can say, and the Hacker News discussions. Now, and also I can see the context around this page in a new tab, meaning on the website for Ampie, it shows this nice page with comments, Hacker News threads, and tweets, backlinks, all of that. But yeah, now this video is mostly about the extension, what used to do. So one other cool feature that the extension used to do was if you go to, say, redid.com, yeah. Let's see. So yeah, it shows two people have tweeted about this page. Yeah, when you go to the page not for the first time, and someone has tweeted about this page, or there have been active discussions around it, it will show this small bar in the bottom right corner with it says two people have tweeted about this page, and there are 300 comments on Hacker News about it, and there are more than 200 other pages on the same domain. That might be interesting. So yeah, I can go look at the comments and the tweets. Also, it would show the responses to the tweets, replies to the tweets, which is done by querying not the Twitter API, but the scraped tweets that Ampie has. So yeah, and you can read the Hacker News discussions. They're like a tree view, very nice. And yeah, but the most interesting part is, say you are interested in this link. Let's go here to the some posts in Slate Star Codex. Again, it shows you that there are 200 plus links, but it's redid.com. You might not be interested in redid.com as a whole. You might be interested in this particular subreddit. So what do? Well, you can see how those parts of the URL are highlighted. So you can click on Slate Star Codex, and it will show links that are in particular at reddit.com/Slate Star Codex, which is cool for discovering new subreddits, or on, say, Substack. When you go to Substack, Ampie would also show like the links on the subdomains, right? So not just substack.com/something, but like simonsaris.substack.com or diff.substack.com, and yeah, so it knows about the hierarchies, that the diff.substack.com is part of the substack.com, and internally it would represent URLs in such a way so it makes the search feasible and fast. And yeah, again, all those links are from a local cache. Their titles are loaded from the server. So when you start interacting with the extension, so here, when you click on it, it needs to send requests to get the titles, those numbers it has in the local cache, and all those Hacker News discussions and tweets themselves it has to load from the server. But before you click, but before you click anything, Ampie doesn't need to get this information. Ampie doesn't need to send any request to the server. So yeah, what else did I want to show you? Right, the amplification. When you amplify a page, so you can amplify a page. The default shortcut it was Command-Shift-A. You can amplify it. It says page amplified. You can mark it as liked, or you can mark it as to read, or you can write a small comment and updates. Yeah, and so it basically saves it to the list of pages I have amplified. Here's this list. Yeah, was the test. You can see it, and the website would also show. Yeah, you can see there's one other interesting page on this domain. There are 17 pages linked to this one. I'm not sure why it shows only one other interesting page. It's weird, but anyway, yeah. So let's delete this. And yeah, so this pop-up would show up if you spent 2 minutes on the page, like actively. So it would count the time when you're scrolling and while some video on the page is playing. And so yeah, it would suggest you to amplify a page. You would amplify it, and people who would go on this page would also see it as that you have amplified it. So I don't know, you can come to this page, and you can see that there is one Ampie icon. That means that one person you follow has amplified it, and I follow myself. So yeah, I can also amplify this page. And well, this tweet is how I found this page initially. But yeah, anything else I wanted to show? All right, the link, the ampersands. So you can see that this link has an ampersand near it, and when I hover over it, it says 1%. And the ampersand means that this page has either appeared on Twitter, on Hacker News, or on or someone you follow has amplified it. So in this case, I have myself have amplified it, and I click here. I can see the context for this page. I can see that I have amplified and liked it when amplifying. Yeah, and so it's useful. For example, when I go to the essays, it shows the ampersands near some pages. It is. I've added a thing where it hides the ampersands after near a link after you have seen that link at least 3 times, so as not to clutter the Hacker News front page, for example. Or just so there would be a lot of ampersands on some websites in the title bar because I don't know, SysAC codex is mentioned all the time, so I would hide it after the 3rd time you see SysAC coded somewhere, and yeah, this made things better. So here, like actually most of those links, you can see still when you hover over the link, when there's no ampersand, if the ampersand is hidden, I would still show you that, oh wow, it's like you have seen this link 3 times, but still there are 900 comments on Hacker News, and like one person has amplified it. When I click here, I can see the comments for like Billionaire's Build or whatever. Yeah, and again, this is all constructed from the local cache. Yeah, when you go to some cool website for the first time, there's a lot of those. And it's a very nice way to spot the interesting links. So, okay, so this is amplification, and well, what one other cool thing that amplifying links gives you. So say, yeah, let's see, the startups and emotional debt thing I've amplified. If I Google now for emotional debt, you will see. Okay, not sure why it's not working. Now let's try some other link. Let's see. Oh, yeah, one thing it also would do is add, Ampie does is in Google results, it would add those tags for the pages. So you can see that immediately here that one person has amplified it. Yeah, it's also supposed to show this like search results here, which doesn't for some reason. Let's see, maybe. Looks like I broke it somehow. I'm not sure. Okay, yeah. So now it worked. And yeah, so I'm using Postgres search inbuilt full text search for this, which doesn't work quite well. It works sometimes, as you can see. So you can see the links that mention Soros. Or I recently wrote a thread about Clayton Christensen. And to find some links, I did this. I just searched for Clayton Christensen on Google, and Ampie showed me like the pages by people. Well, in this case, it's all by me, but like the previous one, you saw that like links about Soros. So it searches yeah, I didn't explain what the sidebar does actually. The sidebar shows searches through all the links the people you follow on Ampie have amplified at any point, and then shows it to you. So if you're, I don't know, reading about Soros, or the example I like, if you're reading about Clojure, and like you're searching for things to read on Clojure, and Ampie shows you like those links are probably interesting, and also it lets you know that I or Misha has like been interesting has been interested in this topic, and maybe you should talk to me or him. And yeah, so this is like kind of serendipitous discovery while googling, making discovery engines instead of a search engine that Google is. Yeah, is there anything else I wanted to show? I'm not sure. Well, I guess yeah, there's a settings menu. So you can see you can set the. For some reason it looks distorted, but anyway, yeah, you can choose to disable the amplify suggestions on. You can choose to hide or show the Hacker News links, like the badges. I call them the little ampersands. It would be annoying for many people, so I added a setting to disable or enable it. And oh yeah, showing the like here, yeah, the hotkey. But when I press and hold Alt, so this would happen. There, I would see the like kind of preview of the context for all the links on this page. So I would be able to tell that, wow, this page has been really discussed. It's like 1,700 comments on Hacker News. And yeah, and the ampersands themselves could vary in their thickness. The ampersands are like there are a lot of comments, and like tweets, there are like a bit less comments. I don't remember the cutoff I had here, maybe like couple of hundred comments or something on Hacker News, plus like the number of tweets multiplied by some factor. So yeah, and you when you hold Alt again, you can see, or Option on Mac, you can see all the. So these people have tweeted about this link, and there are 600 comments on Hacker News for it. Yeah, that seems. What else? Is there something else in the settings? So this is a tooltip key. So yeah, that info bar will pop up on the first time you go to the domain, and if there are interesting pages on that domain that have appeared in your Twitter or in your Twitter feed and Hacker News. Oh yeah, one thing I didn't mention is that those links that you see from Twitter are just the links that those Twitter links are only the links that have appeared in your personal Twitter feed, not just on Twitter in general, because otherwise the cache size would have been too large. So to make it smaller, it just shows you all the times people have tweeted about this link, but only those people that you follow. And this actually allows you to keep the size kind of manageable. It's still huge. It's like 200 or 300 megabytes for me, for my own cache, and it's more. And I follow like 600 people, and you can like. I think the average number of links a person has tweeted, like that Ampie has scraped, is like 1,000 links. So you can imagine this is already like 600,000 links, and plus the Hacker News has already like 200,000 links. So that's a lot of data to store, and it takes a lot of space. So yeah. Yeah, and of course it's like I'm glad how I made the like Twitter previews. It also shows the cool tweets right here, shows the images. It took some work to make it work, and yeah, so like I also really like this feature that I didn't end up using much actually. The choosing the subdomain part, like where you can click on like say star codex or where to go. Yeah, I can and see just those tweets or those links. Like this prefix star codex. Yeah, and those titles for pages are gotten on the back end. When you request the information about this page, I would go to the page and scrape it and extract the title. You see, like in some places it doesn't work that well. So if I here, yeah, you can see that the actual title is different. But yeah, so this is the Ampie that was. I have recorded this video because I'm releasing a new update that removes most of this functionality to kind of focus on the core proposition of making Ampie like as good at giving you the context for the page as possible, and seeing if people like it that way. Because as you can see here, it's when you try using it, actually, it can be interesting, but like it's still, the information is rather sparse. There is not a lot of it that you can find. Whereas if you went to the and that is restricted by the fact that I'm using only the local cache. When you go to the ampie.app and see the links here, they have more context around them because I can query all the Hacker News comments for this link, for example, because because there's a lot of Hacker News comments with links. There's something like 4 million, like 2 million or 4 million, I don't remember. So I couldn't store this in your local cache, but Ampie server has them, and so can query them. Also, it shows you backlinks. So actually, the new sidebar that Ampie is going to have will not use the local cache. It will only send queries to the server, so it will have to sadly send every URL you visit to my server. But in response, in return, it will show you a very information-packed, all those backlinks, all the pages on the domain of the Hacker News comments, and tweets not only from the people you follow, but from all the tweets that Ampie has scraped, which is a lot of tweets already. So yeah, and so this is Ampie. I think I'm gonna stop here. I think I've shown you everything that I wanted to show. Okay, thanks for watching, and try out Ampie if you haven't had a chance yet. Yeah. When you see this video, there should be a new version on the Google Chrome store and Firefox store that's not like this, but with the sidebar that I talked about. And again, see you.